Not bad on the snooker table as well as with a guitar or two. It's a certain Ronnie Wood who's just joined us now. Ronnie, how delightful to see you here. A big snooker fan, a big fan of Ronnie, and of course a big mate and fan of Jimmy White as well.
Yeah.
First of all, impressions of this session so far and the atmosphere that it's generated.
Yeah, well, Ronnie's breaks look higher than they really are, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So I just said to him, it looks like you had a 60 break, and he said, well, it's 230s, you know, but I said, well, you've gone storming into a 2-all lead at the moment. It's just like that, and it's a good match.
It is a good match, and obviously you've followed him for many years. It's been, what, 8.5 months since we've seen him on one of the big occasions. Nice to see him back, and why do you think he stayed away for so long this time?
Well, because he can, I think. This is my booster before I go away on Saturday to start rehearsing for our South American tour. So this is my last treat before I go away, and I couldn't think of a better way of spending it, you know.
Well, I bet you there's not a snooker table too far away, regardless of where you are, because when you were touring with the Stones, particularly in the early years, how important was snooker to you in terms of your downtime?
Well, it's the only time that Keith and I could get any peace and quiet was to have a little match. You know, hit a few balls backstage. We used to take a snooker table everywhere. But nowadays we don't tour for that long, so, you know, we don't take it. But I have a lovely one at my home in Berkhamsted. I have my old Thurston's table, and I always remember Jimmy and Ronnie having grudge matches on it, you know. I got backache from putting the balls back, you know, I had the white gloves on. Those
were the most memorable matches that you have witnessed then, would you say, in your own gaff?
Yeah, and also they give me 80 start, and I cut it down to 70 start, and then 60, but I mean, that's as near as I can get to coming up to their scratch.
Well, we always love to see you at the Masters, and it's usually an annual treat for you. How many years do you reckon you've been coming, not just to Ali Pali, but to the Conference Centre and the arena as well?
Well, I remember, yeah, the old Wembley...
Conference Centre, yeah.
I used to go there. Well, I go anywhere I can. I used to go to Sheffield as well, but this is a great one, handy for London.
Yeah, exactly. And does this feel different in terms of the numbers that we've got? We've got 2,000 people in here. Does it feel different to any other venue that you go to?
Yeah, I think it's a little more intimate, you know, and it's a good crowd and very warm, you know. I just saw Ronnie and Damien Hirst, you know, we always have a laugh.
Yeah, it's a bit of a celebrity fan club he's got going there, isn't it, with you and Damien and all the rest of the
I think talent attracts talent, you know.
It is. What for you is the appeal of Ronnie as a player? Why is he so magnetic and mesmerising as a player?
I think it's great to see someone with a talent that he must have been born with, you know. I always kid him that he was born with a snooker cue in his mouth, you know. And you know, that's the way that he places the white is so natural, and it's just a joy to watch when he's on form, isn't it? And
is that the reason that you were attracted to the style of Jimmy as well? Did the two of them share the same things for you?
Yeah, entertainment value, you know, back from the old Alex Higgins days, yeah. You know. It used to be the fag and the drink and the whatever it was, and, you know, so much entertainment value for the man in the street, I think.
So are there any other snooker players that you would make a beeline for the telly for to watch or not?
Yeah, Mark Selby tonight. I mean, I wish I could be here for that, but I've got a lot to do tonight. So this is good that it's fit in this afternoon. But there's so many great players. I really got interested in the Hawkins match last night, and you know, I just like a good match. But there's nothing like the very best, which I think I'm sitting next to the best, watching the best. You know.
Indeed, yeah. Well, you are one of the best musicians that this country has ever produced. But sadly, as you know, Ronnie, we lost one of the best yesterday in David Bowie. And I just wonder what your memories would be of him and how you'd like to remember him.
Yeah, well, he was my year. You know, we're both 1947, and I still, you know, God bless David. I shall miss him, and it's a bit of a shock, even though his health hasn't been well for years. But still, nobody likes to lose such a great talent.
How did he change the music scene, do you reckon, all these years ago?
Well, he just was, he used to do what he thought, you know, no matter how bizarre it was, he would see it through, whether it was from mime or from outrageous clothing or makeup, and just see it through as a natural thing, you know.
Do you think you and the Faces and the Stones were actually influenced by some of the things he did directly or even indirectly?
Yeah, I mean, we used to have a great laugh because he had a great sense of humour. And I remember the days when he used to write words by ripping up the newspaper and throwing them up in the air and seeing how they landed. You know, it always intrigued me to watch the way. I did a few sessions with him, you know.
Well, he'll be missed. He certainly will, and you still remain a creative force in music in this country. We wish you all the best with this tour. It sounds fascinating. I'm sure you'll love it.
I'm excited to go some places in South America I've never been to, you know, Peru and Bolivia and stuff.
Sounds fantastic.
Good fun.
Ronnie, thank you so much for coming in today, and enjoy the rest of this session. Great to see you.
Thanks, Hazel.
Thank you.